This is Rogue Wing, Corlane, Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Time to get back to work on Alpha after taking a couple of days off from it. We have a little bit left to do, so we'll go ahead and get started. These 6 miniature eagles, I've decided I'm going to take a different approach to painting. As you can see, they're all black right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to base coat them in black, then dry brush them in white to help bring out the detail that's in the little miniature. I've also got the black painted down on the landing pads, taking full advantage of the fact that my Republic Star Destroyer came with some little enamel paints to work with. I'm going to be using that red for the crosses in the landing pads. We'll come over here in the main base. I've gone in and marked where each pad's going to sit. I've also laid out the black poster board I'm going to use to basically frame it out. I'm going to cut off these big excess sections here and here, make for a nice, almost square little presentation piece. Alright, frame is basically in place. At this point, all I really need is some logos down here, and I can call that phase done. Still have to put the launch pads back on and do the eagles. That crashed eagle I talked about, I'm probably going to put in this area. Probably ending here with a little black wash to help disturb the surface a little more. Now, speaking of the eagles and their launch pads, let's get a little more light down here. Those little guys are done. In fact, I've gone in and painted those stripes on that one there to make the rescue eagle to go after the crashed one. They've also got places to land on the moon base. Basically, I went in, saw it in the earlier videos, I did that in black, the black by hand. Then I went in and hand painted the red. Got it a little thick, but at this point, I don't think I'm going to go in and try to sand it down or anything. By the time I put an eagle across that, you're going to lose most of that paint trace, or brush trace. Alright. The work I did on the eagles and the landing pads today, and getting a frame around her, it's time to call this one done. There we go. Alpha Moonbase, circa 1999. It's turned out pretty good all in all. My eagle launching. Go off and rescue our poor little downed eagle. Eagles on all the launch pads. I'm sure in the show they probably didn't have all the pads occupied at all times. But you know what? At this point, I mostly wanted them placed. From here, it's time to put a couple of screw eyes in the back side of it, run some thread, and hang her up on the wall. One last little segment. Moonbase Alpha takes its place on the wall, right next to the Enterprise. She was never as big a science fiction icon, but I always did like the old series.